Hello and welcome to this edition of Wednesday Editions with me, Big Scott 35. Of course, y'all been hearing Bradley Claus everywhere making his rounds, and I was fortunate enough for him to hit the dirty South Winston-Salem. I already cut it open because I don't like to fumble with it on recording. Merry Christmas, Scott. I hope you and your family are doing well. Here are a few things I thought you might like. Take care, buddy. Your friend, Brad8671, Brad Smith. So if y'all are not, for some reason, not already watching Brad, please go over. He was on my show Sunday night. Man, that was one of my best shows in a long time that I could remember. Him and Carlos. It was a great night. It wasn't just a basic football chat at all. It was, we got into why, more people don't talk about vintage football. And they sure do talk about baseball, or even non-sport. But we'll keep that one to last. Ooh, I already see a couple. Keep that one. Ooh. This one right here, Mike Piazza. Oh, very nice. Topps Finest. Of course, with New York. Very beautiful. Shiny. Love the Piazza. And he said, I'm going to hit some of your secondary, tertiary, PCs. And this hits catcher uniform. My Piazza with the Mets. Ooh, another one. Oh, yeah, he really hooked this up with them. Another Topps Finest Gems. Oh, this has got the protector on there, which I'm not like Hitman. I like to keep mine on there. Mike Piazza, I don't know what year this is. I'm not familiar with, at least seen that other one. So I know I don't have this one. Very nice. Topps Finest Gems. Beautiful card. Shiny. Don't have this Topps Finest either. With the coating on it. One with a swing, one of them catching, and where he's looking at doesn't look very good, but who knows what he hit there. But some Piazzas, awesome. I got a Piazza jersey I got to get framed that I got from Bobbles some time ago. I think I was still in Iowa when I got that. So, yeah, my Piazza PC is growing. Let's see. Oh, my gosh. This is beautiful. Out of 50, looks like it's a gold. What is this out of? I want to say, does that say Gypsy Queen? Let me get my cheats. $23. I think it's just Topps. Topps Gallery. Okay, the Gallery of Gold autograph of David Wright. You played from Virginia, my Mets Captain America, David Wright, shortened with the back, the spinalnosis or whatever it's called in his back. Shortened his career. It was really on a nice borderline projection of Hall of Fame. He's still on the ballot, had enough votes to make it another year. I just don't think he's going to get in. It's out of 27 out of 50. He has a great autograph. I got to take this out for a second. My God. Ooh, thank you so much, sir. The National, we're gonna have a good time at the National. Had a good time with him last year. And that is on card. I thought it was Ooh, you got to be careful with these gold because these will dent real easy. Man, that is beautiful. Look at that. David Wright. Hmm. Thank you so much, Brad. I got one more. Killing it, man. Just killing it with me and everybody else. Just knowing what we like. Shows that he just doesn't watch the channel in the background, pays attention to what you like. I mean, just awesome. Woo. Okay. Okay. I think this was the difference maker in the Soto signing, which I'll talk more about this weekend. 2022 Platinum Anniversary Francisco Lindor Red Atomic Refractor. And this is it's a 10 numbered out of 100, number 23. It looks like out of 100. Look at that shine on that boy. And see, this is what I'm talking about. This set right here is one of those fun sets to try to get as many of these different types of refractors that you can get. This Platinum Anniversary, it's not hugely expensive. It's relatively affordable on even some of the smaller cards. I don't know on a 10 though, but this is one of those ones that I talk about. It's just so fun to collect for. I every year I have fun getting my favorite players with these refractors, and this is beautiful. And we know this set is so hard to get centered, and to get a 10. And I mean, that is, if you watch, I've been fortunate enough for him to be with the Mets now long enough, and I watch 75% of the Mets games, and that look right there is classic Lindor watching a ball leave the stadium or leave the field at least. Beautiful. Just beautiful cards. That's the one thing about Brad. He's talking about how beautiful they are. Talking about why one of the reasons why more people don't go after some of the vintage footballs, that they're not as pretty. But man, I talk about 90s and how the 90s influence of today's cards. It was supposed to be, Carlos was trying to trip me up, or he probably did. I don't know. I think I wasn't trying to make the point as they were profitable, but I was making more of the point as what they did in the 90s got us to where we are now. Now it's boring and they're not trying to do anything different. And I don't know if doing something different makes you go out of business. I don't know if that's the equivalent, but it seems that way, I guess, in some people's eyes. But there you have it from Brad. I just want to do this on his own because he deserves it. All the respect in the world. One of the great, great people in his hobby. Not just because he hands out cards and Bradley Claus. When you get the first time I ever met him, he was just as excited to meet me as I was to meet him. Met him through Mike and Ed, and and that just, I always talk about another number in my Rolodex. I know that's one of my football guys. Again, Sunday night, we did talk about football, but it was different. I thought we came at it at a very different angle on football cards. Hobby, I'm always talking about the hobby, not necessarily the value, but value comes up in hobby talk. You got to purchase shit. So it's going to come up a little bit, but it's not always about reselling. It's like why people collect the way they collect. I like to get into the minds of why people collect the way they collect. And, and like I said, I call myself a collector, not necessarily pigeon into or put into a hole of what I collect, because it can change on a dime. I can see something I like and just change my direction. But I will talk more Saturday on Soto and kind of where my head is at for that. Uh, I don't know how I feel about the money, but I'll talk more, like I said, this weekend, and I'm sure on with my pops on the Monday show, because we recorded Wednesday, and then, I mean Sunday night, and then Sunday everything pops off. So Dick Allen's family, I hope brings some happiness to their family that he gets in. Um, I hope Dave Parker, I was happy being a kid of the 70s and 80s. Very happy that he got in. I'm not a Pittsburgh fan, but that we are family team. The Orioles World Series, one of the first World Series I really remember watching. I just enjoy. I'm happy. That's the era that really made me the fan of the game, the fan that I am today. And when those players get in, it really puts a fit, because I feel like those 70s versus 70s players get left out somehow. They're kind of in between of when all the guys in the 50s that retired in the 60s or really, really early 70s as Mays or Hank Aaron in mid 70s or whatever. They kind of get lost in the shuffle a little bit, and I'm really happy when one of them gets recognized, and makes me smile. And with that being said, again, man, knocked this David Wright. This has got to go on my David Wright shelf, and I'm sure I'll find a shelf for Lindor, and the Piazzas will go in my Piazza book. And man, thank you, Brad. Happy Festivus. And until next time, see ya.